Natural gas had a pretty powerful rally today, closing up on the session right now up 2.4%. A beautiful daily chart close. Well, technically the candle's not closed yet, but in 15 minutes we will get a close on that gas, and it is negating a little bit of this bearish bar breakdown. That is a very good positive in the near term for nat gas because that sets up for what we call in technical analysis a 3-bar surge on the daily chart. Yes, you heard that right. A 3-bar surge is likely setting up for natural gas. And what does that mean? It likely means we could be targeting the 318. What appeared to be having a massive technical breakdown. Obviously, we have inventories tomorrow, so we still have to be mindful that natural gas volatility is immense and anything can happen. We can certainly wake down to a gap down and continuation selling. But for the time being, natural gas is doing a huge liquidity sweep on the weekly chart. And we discussed that death cross that occurred a few days ago. And typically, the death cross in the short term does yield a bounce, which is exactly what we're seeing today. So, in the near term, if nat gas holds, I think we could push to 318. And then potentially, we could even see on a really, really decent inventory report, we could see a move to 337. So, what did I do today? On the long side of the trade, I actually took some EQT calls. Now, EQT has been weak since it's reported its earnings, as well as you've had some consecutive days of selling into the dividend. So I took some $52 calls, playing this little bit of this upside arbitrage opportunity in natural gas. This is not financial advice, but I do think in the minimum heading into next week, we could see EQT float back to the high of this range and arguably try to fill this gap. Looking at the technical zone that I'm buying EQT, just one simple trend line factor that I want to show you is this previous little breakout trend line. Pivot high, it's pivot high to pivot high. This is your breakout zone. Back test, we never officially kissed it. Now you've done a full round trip and you've been consolidating right on that key daily chart breakout back test trend line. The daily 200 moving average is up sloping here, so you do have simultaneously an additional support level if it needed to go a little bit lower. But you got to take your shot somewhere, and I do think EQT can try to break out of what appears to be a little bit of a falling wedge pattern. Falling wedge patterns are statistically bullish on the chart, but overall nat gas showing some life at the lows, recapturing this bearish trend line. And ultimately, I do think we can still go lower, but it does look like we're grabbing some more upside liquidity before we inevitably head a little bit lower on the nat gas chart. Please give the video a like down below. We'll see you on the charts a little bit later.